First up, we're going to talk about American activist Malcolm X. He died 60 years ago today. However, his influence has remained strong for so many people. I went to find out more about his life and why he came to the UK in the 1960s. I'm in Smethwick in the West Midlands. It's the place in the UK that's the most connected to the American campaigner Malcolm X. But who was he? Malcolm X was born 100 years ago and died 60 years ago in the USA. The America he grew up in was one that was divided by race. Black people were treated differently from white people. Malcolm X became a campaigner, and his powerful way of speaking attracted big crowds to listen to him. But what he said sometimes brought him into disagreement with other campaigners against racism. Some thought that he talked too much about violence. Malcolm X accused those campaigners of letting black people down by not telling them to fight back. 60 years ago, just before he died, Malcolm X came to Smethwick. He came here because it hit the news around the world. A politician campaigned for election using racist words. Black and Asian people were stopped from going into certain restaurants and businesses. I've come to speak to someone who was a boy at that time to find out what it was like back then and to introduce him to the generation growing up today.
So who knows or has heard about Malcolm X?
He's a famous black person that came to Smethwick.
And I grew up in Smethwick, and when he came here, he came to a very hostile Britain. What's it like for you today as youngsters growing up?
In this school, if I come like one day and somebody's just like racist to me, I know that I can like tell a teacher and that they'll get sanctioned really bad for it.
Everyone's equal today, but back then it used to be different.
Fantastic.
Have any of you ever experienced racism before?
Yeah, I mean it can't be avoided because like everyone's like growing up in different households with different expectations.
It's really interesting hearing you say that. When we used to have the summer holidays, the police dogs were set on us when we were kids. You can't believe it, can you? I'm talking about the 70s. So we were fearful. As we were arrested, we were sent to prison for no just cause. So our life was really, really bad. We grew up in a time where racism was clear, it was overt.
It's so unfair. Like, people didn't deserve to be like coming to a different country hoping they'll feel equal and they'll have more advantages, but coming there and getting assaulted and racially abused.
I thought like the 60s was like a nice time to live and it was like all jolly, but like hearing this is making me feel like what would happen if I was alive in the 60s?
So having had this opportunity to talk to each other and share our experiences, what's your hope for the future?
I hope that in the future we can just eradicate racism altogether and no one has to feel that way again.
I hope that as we grow up and as generations develop, everybody will just now see that no matter your skin colour, we're all equal at the end of the day.